name's Dawn Candy. I'm the CEO of a small charity in Tamworth called Number 8. Posh title, but actually it means get to do most things, including clean the toilet. Number 8 was founded as a project within Home Start Tamworth, who I worked with since 2000. Basically, we came across a group of parents who were teenagers who unfortunately there was no individual support for them, and many of them became homeless. So Number 8 was formed to provide nurturing accommodation for mums-to-be and new mums and their babies. Some of Number 8 is funded through housing benefit, which the girls claim. Other amounts that we need to keep the whole organisation going is through grants, individual fundraisers, people who donate items, so anything from a tea bag to a bed, and we shake hands, and we do Santa sleighs, and we do market stalls, and we sell furniture in our warehouse. We have 3 properties that we rent. One is for 16 to 19-year-old girls and their babies. One is for 20 to 25-year-olds and their babies. And we have a small couples house which just has 2 couples. So in total we can accommodate 14 parents at any one time. It's very difficult to be able to find everything that's required for our young people. Some of our girls come straight out of the labour room, so literally with a baby and without equipment. So we provide everything down to a teaspoon as an essential, but the girls like to save and buy individual things for themselves, and they're responsible for their own food shopping and cooking. When a young girl is referred to us, if she's pregnant, we go out to where she's living at that moment in time, which could be someone's sofa, friend's house. Sometimes we've even had people in conservatories. We go out, we explain to them what we have to offer, which is basically a large bedroom with shared accommodation. They can come and live with us. We will help them get in benefits that they require to be able to live. We also explain about we're a nurturing service, so we will help them bring their baby up the best possible way they can, but it always remains their baby. We will help them get them back into education. We help them with things like understanding budgeting, because it's difficult for anyone regardless of age. We'll teach them to cook, we'll teach them to care, and we'll teach them to enjoy life and have fun as a young parent. We found that when young mums come to stay with us, because that's how we're licensed, very often the dads are still wanting to be involved and should be involved. So what we previously did was we encouraged dad to come into the home between 10 o'clock in the morning and 8 o'clock at night. We have no overnight guests, and they would get the same sort of nurturing support so they could be the best possible dads they could be. But obviously some parents are couples and need to stay together, and especially when dad's at college or working and there's no alternative, so he's going to be on the streets. So we have them as a couple's house, and they live as 2 couples in one shared house under exactly the same support package. When we'd got quite a few young parents who were losing their children into the care system, and we found that it was more to do with lack of education and support, and if there's nowhere for you to live, there's nowhere for you to live. So what would generally happen is, depending on age, they may go into a foster parent and carers, so another family would take on the teenage mum and the baby, but it wouldn't be local, so they'd be separated from their friends and family. And as most people, we'd get lonely, and a lot of those would fail. Sometimes they would go into a social services assessment centre, many miles away, not on a bus route, and again they'd get lonely and they would give up because they just so desperately wanted to come home. And we just thought there's got to be a different way, and so did health professionals. It's just that there was nothing available in Tamworth, so we decided there just had to be. To a young girl who was holding her baby in her arms for the first moment, who has had to contemplate abortion without our service, there is no price high enough that you could give her. It is the most fantastic value in the world. And to hear grandparents come back and say, you gave us back not only our daughter, but you gave us back a grandchild, it's priceless. Our biggest challenge at this moment in time is the cost of living crisis, like it is for everybody else. Obviously we're going to have to raise significant additional funds to be able to cover the gas and the electricity. They're big houses and babies cannot be cold. It's as simple as that. But also we have the challenge of one of our properties, the lovely lady who owns it, unfortunately her mortgage is going up and we can't afford any more rent, so she's going to have to put it on the market. We have been offered it at a very generous discount, and that's our biggest challenge. We need to buy this property before it gets sold. The average cost at this moment in time, prior to the current crisis, we were having to raise somewhere in the region of £250,000 every year just to keep going. And that's because we have staff at night for the girls, we have staff on the weekend, we like to have activities for them, but also running costs and ensuring safeguarding of the babies and young girls. And that's without the mortgage for the new property. To purchase the property, we're going to rely on the generosity of others. Prior to the situation we're in fact, March 2020, I launched this massive campaign to buy this property because it had been offered to us then as well. And I came up with this, it was called Barmates, because when we go out with our friends, be it to the bar, to a salad bar, to a nail bar, to a hairdress bar, you name it, before the year's out, someone will buy someone a drink or a nail session. And we decided to call it Barmates, and the bar person, or your mate, is the person that lives here, and you just pop maybe £5 a year or something into a pot, 10 people together, make a group. It would be really quite nice, didn't need many. Now I think we need the generosity very quickly of companies and organisations. £1 would make a difference. If I could find 400,000 people who would just give me £1, I could secure this property for Tamworth forever, and it would be left as a legacy to the town. It wouldn't just be owned by the charity, it could never be sold again. If anyone's watching this video, I'm really surprised, but there we go. If you would like to get in touch, if you would like to just buy your mate a pint of beer and pop it into our account instead, if you would like to treat your friend to a nail session at Christmas, instead of sponsoring an elephant, if you'd just like to drop a little donation into on our website, it's as easy as that. Our website is www.number8tamworth.org.uk. This is really important to the people that we have supported since we started in 2014. Some of our girls from the very beginning have now moved on in their lives from where they were, which was quite a sad situation at the time. They now have another child, they're living in their own homes, they went back to college, they met someone. They're just living a normal life just like everybody else, and we would like to be able to provide at least the opportunity for every young girl who finds herself pregnant and homeless to be able to make a difference and just enjoy life and enjoy being a parent.